Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Man at Matt, Team Kop-Ish. It's another morning meet up. Listen, I'll be so real. I'm not in the mood to do the show today. I cannot be asked. I'm sure you guys are just all feeling deflated, dejected, disappointed. It's one of them ones, chat. I'll be real with you. I've even got Man United fans, big up KG, tried to call me actually, but I was just getting ready to go live. I actually need to call him back. Rival fans are trying to talk to us. It's actually mad because we're still having a great season. But it just goes to show you as well, the amount of haters that we have is absolutely insane. But I'm not surprised. It's what happens when you're at the top. But big up those in the chat anyway. Big up each and every one of you. Smash the like button if you haven't already. And subscribe. All that good stuff, people. Come on. We're on the road to 40k. Please could you help us get to 40k? And just make sure you smash the like button on this video, chat. But yeah, man. It's another morning meet up. Today we're going to speak. In fact, I never got a lot to speak about today, I'll be honest with you. It's mainly the injury updates regarding Trent and Ibou. Slot did speak about it. And also, we're just going to speak about the aftermath and what could potentially transpire now between now and the end of the season. So, obviously, we went out yesterday, but it also got compounded with the news that obviously Ibou and Trent picked up injuries yesterday. It did look like Ibou's one looked like a bit more like fatigue, potentially. Trent's one is still uncertain, but I believe it was an ankle injury. Well, Slot has spoken about the two of them. He says, if I have to ask, for me, Ibou was more than just, he was just tired. Yeah, he was more tired than it was an injury. With Trent, he had to come off. That's never a good sign. He also said, and from what I heard, people that saw the images or how he got injured, that doesn't look very good. So I'll be surprised if he's available Sunday. So already it seems like we have issues for Sunday. He also spoke about on any physical cost to his team from the night. He goes, the good thing is we play on Sunday, so mentally that's probably the best thing you can ask for. But this is what we are playing for football for, to play finals. It's so true. And then there are 2.5 weeks in between before we start this season again. And if we can play 9 times with this intensity and the ones we play at home with the same intensity from the fans as well, then I'm really looking forward to the end of the season. So, listen, it's not all doom and gloom. It might feel like that right now. Even I don't feel great right now, rightly so. But it's not all doom and gloom. We still have a final to play on Sunday. I don't think Trent's going to make the final. I'll be shocked if he does make it. So that is a big, major worry. Because obviously, if that's the case, then the right-back situation, what do we do for the final? We'll have to conjure something up. Ibou, it does look like it's just more tiredness or maybe fatigue. He's played a lot of minutes. In my opinion, still, there's times when he's at his best, and there's times when I feel like Ibou, that knee injury, like we need to kind of rest him every now and again. And this is why I was even saying for the people that joined me on the preview that maybe we could have started Kwanzaa. Do you know what I mean? On Saturday, just gone, obviously, against Southampton. We could have maybe done that, given Ibou a bit of rest, and maybe wouldn't have been as tired. Because if I'm not mistaken, Ibou played against Southampton. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit frustrating. I'll be honest with you. I just realized, oh my days, chat. My mic is not even plugged in. Oh my Lord Jesus. 1 second, chat. I've been doing all this talking and my mic's not even plugged in. Or should I say the mic? Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I've got a problem with my mic. I know you can hear me, but it's not going through my mic, chat. It's not going through my mic. Give me 1 second. The USB-C. Can you not hear me now? You can hear me now, though, innit? Yeah. You can hear us. Yeah. Now I can hear me. I swear my mic wasn't even plugged in the whole time. That's what you know, man. It's one of them freaking days, bro. Oh my days. Madness. What's this? Give me 1 second, chat. Give me 1 second. Sorry, chat. But you guys should be able to hear me. It should be all good. Can't believe it.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I can't believe it. I started the whole show, yeah.
What FSG cut your mic, bro?
And not only that, like, I'm not even trying to jinx it, but the USB-C port on my laptop, yeah, there's an issue with it. The USB-C doesn't plug in all the way, and it's kind of loose. And I thought it was just the wire, but I tried to plug the USB-C into my PlayStation controller, and it's fine. So that means my laptop. I've got an issue with my laptop. I don't even know that's even happened.
Yeah, I literally, because I was just literally switched on, and I saw you, and I was thinking I couldn't hear any sound. I was thinking, oh, maybe it's my Bluetooth playing up.
Big up Hooks I see Hooks in the background. Big up Hooks. What's going on, my broski?
Yeah, big up Hooks in it.
Obviously, Hooks, you know it's nothing but love, but I hope you flipping get pammed later on today by PSV. But I know it ain't gonna happen. You're gonna beat them, so it is what it is.
We got a phone call from Hooks yesterday.
Oh, did he call you? Nah, that's nasty work. That's nasty work. I've never called Hooks when they've lost. So I know he wouldn't do that to me.
No, I have.
I remember when they lost on his birthday, bro, or the day before his birthday. Sorry, the day after his birthday. West Ham. I never called him.
If I'm gonna be fully transparent, I called him on his birthday.
See, that's why. See, that's why he's gonna have that energy, 100%. Big up Hooks, man. All right, let me just read this. Big up Jamrock. Did you know we've knocked out of Europe at Anfield 4 out of the last 6 seasons?
Yeah.
Atletico 1920, Madrid 2023, Atalanta 23-24, and now PSG.
Just to be technical, because anyone listening might be like, oh no. Real Madrid, obviously, the second leg was at Bernabeu, but the tie was done after the first leg, innit?
Yeah. No, agreed. All right, Cal, before I start crashing out and just being annoyed or whatever, we're gonna revisit the injury situation. I don't know how much you heard, but basically Trent, he spoke about Trent. He said he doesn't think Trent's going to be available. He goes, he'll be surprised if he's available. Ibou is kind of more.
He was never going to be available for Sunday.
No, I know. So we have an issue because Bradley's already injured. Yeah. Trent is now injured. We don't know how long Trent's going to be injured for.
And Gomez. All of our right backs are out.
We kind of know. I think the player's going to probably pick themselves. We kind of know who it's going to be.
It's got to be Kwanzaa.
Yeah, it's going to be Kwanzaa. But just quickly, I know it's going to sound mad. Does this hamper? Are we limping over the line, so to speak? Are you glad that we have like a massive points differential over Arsenal?
100%.
Yeah.
Again, Arsenal are Arsenal at the moment because they've got their injuries as well. So it's not like you look at Arsenal and go, oh, they'll capitalize and all that, because they've got their injury issues. And you see the Man United game was a perfect example of how difficult it is for them to score at the moment because they just don't have a striker or that clinical attacker.
Yeah.
That being said, I'll be honest. I've spoken to you about this. I've been worried about the Newcastle Cup final for a while because I think everyone saw the injuries at Newcastle and thought, oh, yeah, we got this. But I remember us going into the Chelsea game last season with an injury-ravaged team, and it galvanizes you. And if there's one fan base in the league that I'd say if we went to a cup final against that can match our energy as a fan base, it's Newcastle. So they can get their players over the line as well. Plus, obviously now Trent being out, no Bradley, no Gomez. Grav looks completely out on his feet.
Grav is shot, bro.
He looks completely out on his feet. Salah's doing a carry job. Gakpo's not ready for that game. Diaz looks out on his feet. And between Jota and Nunes, they can't score goals. So, yeah. And the thing is, when I speak about Liverpool, I can understand how people within our fan base and people outside the fan base look and go, "Oh, Cal's just being moany and ungrateful." It's not that. It's just I can't sit here and lie about things. I can sit here and tell you with all my chest, Matt, we are the best team in England. Like, without shadow of a doubt, we're the best team in England.
Yeah, we've been the most consistent and best team. I agree with that. Right. I agree with that. Yeah.
But at the same time, Arsenal and City have just gone through like a terrible season. Arsenal have had their issues as well.
Yeah.
Injuries, etc. Plus, Arteta for me is a hindrance for Arsenal. But I want to be the best in Europe, and I want to be dominant in the league as well. So when I say things like we need a new left back, we need a new striker, we need a new left winger, we need a centre midfielder, I'm not saying this because I think our squad's crap or because I think we're crap. I'm saying it because I want us to be so good that we look back on this team in the future and go, remember that slot team when you first come in? In the same way we look at 18-19 and 19-20, like as Liverpool fans go, remember what Klopp had those lot doing? But that was a 2-year spell. I don't just want a 2-year spell, Matt. I want 4, 5, 6 years. I want
dominance. Every team wants dominance because let's keep it a buck. Even like I know we like take shots at Arsenal, but I'll be so honest with you. If Arsenal would have springboarded that, in my opinion, like where I think Arsenal could have been so different if they would have won the league in that title challenge that they had last year.
Yeah.
And even the year before was out of nowhere. So okay, it's out of nowhere. Like, they're here. Last season, in my honest opinion, if they wouldn't have won the league, players then get confidence now. Players now understand what it's like to win. We are lucky, or not even lucky, but I think we were just different because, this isn't shot at us. This is just me just talking football. When we won the Champions League, it was a springboard. Players under Klopp now understood what it meant to win. Because before then, we had failed a few times in the cup finals.
Yeah.
So that disappointment was starting to hit us. And then you get to the point where you're like, are we ever going to win anything? Yeah. Like, as much as we're playing well, we're doing well. Because I know people take the mick out of the buzzwords like progress and phases. I do it all the time. But I'm just talking serious football now. You need to obviously progress to a point. Progress is important, but progress is just one aspect. For me, what you want to do is have your progress and then achieve something. And that's where Arsenal are at now. And that's why, all jokes aside, have they missed that window? Maybe not, but you can't go too many times without winning something because the players need to understand what it takes.
Yeah.
That's why people always say experience is so key in football. It is important. Now, you could look at last night, Last night, you could say, who had more experience in their team? Liverpool or PSG players. And you could arguably say Liverpool. But here's the thing. The manager's Enrique's won it before. He knows what it takes. Yeah. Slot is a bit of a novice when it comes to European late in the season. Yeah. So I understand that. And these are where you have to make amendments. These are where you have to make adjustments. It's not the end of the world. It's just flipping annoying and disappointing that it's in the manner that it happened, Cal, I think. Because do you know what it is?
I hear it.
Last thing I'm going to say is,
sorry, bro.
I know people will speak about Mohamed Salah's performances. You can do that. That's absolutely fine because we're here to praise and critique at the same time. But one thing I'm not going to do is crash out on Salah when for 90% of this season he's been absolutely phenomenal. And we've kept him saying from get-go, he's the only one there's going to come a time in the season when someone else needs to step up. It can't just be Salah. It can't be him all the time because that's the difference between, in my opinion, Liverpool and Real Madrid. If Mbappe can't do it, Vinny's there. If Vinny can't do it, Rodrigo's there. If Rodrigo's not there, Bellingham can do it. If Bellingham's not there, Modric can do it. If Modric can't do it, Valverde can do it. You need players like that, bro.
Well, again, not just Real Madrid. Bayern Munich, Harry Kane don't do it. Oh, Musiala jumps in the party.
Yeah.
Musiala don't do it. Oh, Elise jumps in the party.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't just have one player being so far ahead. Because here's the thing. We all forget and act like Salah weren't pulling up numbers like this in 17-18. He was. But guess who else was on board in the party? Sadio Mane was on board in the party.
This is what I'm saying.
Guess who else was there?
Yeah.
Firmino was there for the party as well. So at the end of the season, when Salah got his like 44 GA in the Prem or something crazy like that, we were going, what a season for Salah. But we weren't sitting there going, that's a carry job. We were sitting there saying, right, Salah was the best out of a fantastic front three. Whereas now I'm sitting there saying Salah is head and shoulders above all of our attackers. And that's no disrespect to them, but the facts are the facts. Gakpo, in my opinion, is the only one who can sit there and go, you know, I've done my bit this season on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
Diaz's numbers would suggest that, but Diaz is very patchy in sense of he'll score a brace here, a brace there, and a brace there, whereas Gakpo's goals are spread out. So it makes things a lot easier for the team. But look, as I said, I'm not sitting there upset about Liverpool as a club, but I am upset that we've gone out in the Champions League. I'm upset. You know me, bro, how I am. And again, maybe it's the sportness in me and wanting to dominate. I'm upset we went out in the FA Cup as well, the way we went out. And if we don't win the Carabao, I'll be upset about not winning the Carabao as well.
Of course. Of course.
And I think we need to look at our squad and we need to be honest sometimes. I think sometimes we do the whole, because they're Liverpool players, we got to rate them higher. And again, I get criticized for not kind of going with the majority on Liverpool players sometimes. That's fair because everyone's entitled to their opinion. But I think sometimes you got to look at your own players and go, they're good, but are they good enough to what we want to be? Because when I'm looking at Vinny Jr. and Musiala, Elise's and Rodrigo's and stuff, and then I'm looking at our wingers bar Salah, I'm like, are they close to that level? Because with all due respect to Gakpo and Diaz, I don't think they're close to Vinny, Rodrigo, Cava, but even Desire Due. He looks head and shoulders above
his confidence and just do you know what it is, Carl? So in regards to what you're saying about Salah, Mane, Firmino, we have match winners in the team, and not only that, even Henderson, Genie, like every now and again, like they would like get that one, Divock, correct. This is what I'm saying.
Forget Divock.
So listen, we understand this is not really Slot's team. It's Klopp's team. That Klopp left. He's now taken over. No additions were made. Let's keep it about Chiesa. Whatever you want to say about Chiesa, no additions were made, or no significant additions, just for me to be respectful. The manager now has to really... We're really going to find out how good the manager is, in my opinion, next year. Hopefully, if he does get the players that he wants, or at least some of them. Because it's very, very... In my opinion, I don't think it's going to be realistic that he's going to get every single first target that he wants. It's probably not realistic. It's probably going to have to be some type of like negotiating where it's a thing of like, all right, we can't get this one, we'll have to get that one. And it happens, and sometimes it can turn out to be all right. My worry is that I look at the Liverpool team, bro, and even for Sunday, just thinking about, I'm not going to go too much into it because we're going to do the preview for that. But again, match winner. Like, I know Newcastle are different from PSG, and in my opinion, PSG are just technically better. They're just a better team than Newcastle. However, Newcastle might look at that and go, well, if we just like double up on Salah and stop Salah, maybe we trust the Liverpool other forwards not to really do nothing. Yeah, they're good, but they don't scare us. Like Mane scared you. Even Firmino scared you because Firmino had the best IQ out of all the footballers that we had at the club. It's that simple. Firmino hurt you with his technical ability and his IQ. Clear of everybody, Carl. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, bro. Like that's why I named it and called it like the second part of this show, like the aftermath, because I just feel like there's a lot of things that we kind of need to speak about, even in terms of futures of some of the players. And like I said, actions speak louder than words. I'm just gonna read off a few supers, Carl, before we get onto that. This big up Jamrock. He says, not if you prefer to play 14 to 15 players a season. See, Jamrock.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Jamrock, please, Jamrock, don't think I'm trying to call you out here. Can you find me that quote? Because I've actually, after you sent that, I think you mentioned that yesterday on the show, and I've not seen the Jam. If you can find me that quote, because I'd like to have a deep dive into that quote if he has made that quote, because for me that's a small mentality. And Drift spoke about this on the show, saying, does that mean you can't keep a bigger squad happy? Because if that's the case, then that's not a good trait to have either. I wonder if he has that mentality from a Feyenoord, for example, where he's not expected to win anything in Europe, and maybe he's only expected to win the 2 domestic cups. But at Liverpool, we're expected to compete for everything. So if it's 14-15, then that's just not going to work. Man City kind of did it to an extent, but their players was just, they were such a robust set of players that I don't know if that will be replicated again. But nowadays, you ain't doing 14-15 players and then expecting to win the big trophies on a regular basis.
Yeah, no, I agree. What's this one? Big up, Mario. Our season ends after Sunday. Nothing to play for.
No, we can't do that, guys. We still got to get the Premier League over the line.
Yeah, agreed. I get it. Like, you're not literally going to win anything after Sunday, but at the same time, we can't just. I don't want us to have a not defeatist mentality, because let's say we win on Sunday. The Premier League, we kind of already feel like it's wrapped up, but we just want to make sure we maintain our standards and show. And I want the team to kind of like even show us that, like, all right, we let you down, yesterday, but we're gonna show you next season. We'll go again and like show us like a little sample size of maybe what could possibly be for next year as well. You don't want to let standards drop ever, until there's no football. Trust me, because other teams start smelling blood, that's when there could be problems and people start looking at us different. Maybe that kind of fear factor's gone as well from us from this season. So many things. Big up John II. The players who came on last night proved time again they're not quality enough for where we're trying to be. Ironically, they're the players that need to bounce in the summer. First of all, big up John II. Go and subscribe to John II as well. And make sure you please go and check out his music on Spotify. I believe in Apple Music and other platforms as well. Guys are serious artists. I'm not just saying that because he's part of the channel.
Fact.
Trust me, John's music is serious. Big up John each and every time. Hope you and the family are blessed. But Cal, do you agree with what John said there? Because I really do,
I do. I think shout out to Jamrock, because I think Jamrock's super chatted or made a comment after similar to this as well.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to speak and then I'm probably not going to read the comments after this show. You see how people have propped up Endo recently because of how well he's done in helping us close out games. That for me is like, that's kind of what is my frustration to a point sometimes with the fan base. Now, I said I can understand, or I'd be okay if Endo stayed next season, but I'm saying that as a fifth choice. I'm not saying that as fourth choice or even sixth choice. But you see, if you can go and get a Schumann, a Camavinga, or someone of that ilk, with all due respect to Endo, thank you very much for your service, but we're going to move you on because we've got this player here now.
Yeah,
there are large portions of our fan base which I don't think would want to get rid of an Endo, whereas I would for an upgraded player.
Same.
Gomez, again, the reason why I'd keep Gomez is because Konate, Gomez, their injuries, their record isn't great. Virgil, I don't want to be playing Virgil as much as he's played this season. Kwanzaa, for me, is still a couple of seasons from being ready, and I don't know if we'll sign a centre-back. So that's why I'm keeping Gomez. But again, if you could go and let's say we could go and get a Brandthwaite or someone like that, then with all due respect to Gomez, I'm probably going to say, Gomez, thanks so much for your service, bro. But because of the injuries, etc., we're going to have to move you on. I don't want this to be a place where we just hold on to players just because we love players. Because if you're the manager, if you're running the club, then that's not the way you're meant to look at things. And I think we as fans have a responsibility to love and appreciate these players and uplift these players. But again, the club have a duty to give us the best players available and the best players possible to give us the best chances of winning things. So when I'm seeing things like maybe if we get a sixth striker, then Nunes can stay for another season or Jota can stay, I'm like, with all due respect, no, because to me, Nunes has shown time and time again, and forget about the penalty miss yesterday because all great players have missed penalties. But Nunes, for me, has shown me time and time again that he's not reliable. Jota has shown me from an injury standpoint that time and time again, he's not reliable. Who else have we got? You've got other players like Tsimikas, who, again, time and time again has shown me he's not reliable. Robbo is getting to the end of his shelf life. Robbo defensively was good yesterday, but from an attacking standpoint, it was horrific. You look at the difference between him and Nuno Mendes yesterday. Nuno Mendes dominated that left-hand side. Yeah. Robbo didn't do that. Robbo of 18, 19, 19, 20, 2021, etc. would have dominated that game yesterday. Dominated it. And he didn't. Trent dominated from his side when he was on the pitch. You look at Ibou and Virgil and you think that's a fantastic partnership, arguably the best in the world. But then you think to yourself, rah, if one of those two ain't in the centre-back positions, then we're really, really floundering. Like, I look back at the Man City's team that was dominating. If it weren't John Stones and Ruben Diaz, you still had an Ake there. You still had an Akanji. You still had players that could be brought into the team and you wouldn't think, boy, we can really get some change out of them today because A, B, and C is missing. And I think as a fan base, we just need to lift our standards a little bit. I'm not saying we sit here and we crash out on the players and we speak down on the players. Because, again, I don't think anyone can sit here and say I've ever attacked Nunes from a personal standpoint. I've never called him donkey. I've never called him any abusive words. I've never called him any names. But I've maintained my stance that I don't think he's good enough. I've never called Robbo any names. I've never called Tsimikas any names. But I've maintained they're not good enough. I've never called Jota any names. Maintain he's not the player he needs to be. This is Liverpool. If we're going to call ourselves one of the top 5 teams in the world, we need to have players that can complement that quote right there. Otherwise, we're going to have seasons like this where we win the league, and then we're going to go 3-4 years where we don't win anything or don't win the big trophies. And I don't want that anymore. And if that means Slot's got to change his mentality about having a small group of players to work with, then yeah, you got to change your mentality. Because that the same frustrations I had with Klopp, if I see them with Slot, I'm going to call it out. And I with all due respect to Slot, I love Klopp way more than I love Slot at this point. Slot's still like Klopp is my favorite manager of all time. But Liverpool's my team, innit? So I'm going to criticize anything that I think is holding the club back, whether that be owners, manager, players, because I want us to be the best. And if you as a Liverpool fan don't want us to be the best, then I kind of don't get it either.
You know, listen, I agree with everything you said. The only thing I'll add to it, which is I think what you've even alluded to as well, is that in regards to like you were saying, like, because at the start of the season, I remember said I wanted Endo replaced. Endo's proved to be useful to have this season. So when he didn't go in January, I was like, do you know what? It makes sense because he's actually come on and, you know, he's done well. But at the same time, as well as he has played, yeah, like you said, if we can upgrade, I'm sorry, but, you know, we can upgrade. We can upgrade. We got to do that. I feel like sometimes, if I'm being honest, the fan base is too emotionally attached to players. Like, we're all guilty of it. I was guilty of it with Navigator when I realized the injuries just cropped him, but I didn't really want to give up.
I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty.
No, we all are, but I just feel like sometimes you got to try and separate your emotion is a big part of football. Let's be real.
Yeah,
we are all emotional when it comes to football for different reasons.
There's got to be a balance. There's got
to be a balance because I get it. Like, one of your favorite players, you might get emotional by him in a sense of like if someone crashes out on that player, you might be like, no, like, because obviously for whatever reason, like, you got a tie to that player. It could be for different reasons, but one thing we can't do though is just act all emotional and like blind what we actually need to do. Like, I'm being so serious. Like, let's call it a buck here. I can't remember the conversation, but basically, let's say we bring in a midfielder. Let's just call him player X.
But let's say Zubimendi, bro, because that was the plan.
All right, let's just say Zubimendi, yeah? If Zubimendi was brought in and Endo had to go, I'm cool with that. Like, we can't, like, but some people want to do the whole, no. Do you know what? Get Zubimendi, but let's try and hold on to Endo. But if Endo's not going to play, if he's actually not going to play, what is actually the point of keeping him? I think it's worked in his favor because we didn't have a midfielder. We didn't bring one in. So therefore, the minutes that was supposed to be for the new player have been given to him. Do you get what I'm saying? Because everyone else was kind of accounted for.
But it's like Morton. What was the point of keeping Tyler Morton?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no point. I know we want to keep players because you might not want to lose them. But at the same time, if it makes actual sense, I think that's something that we have to. Yeah, Chiesa. Like, I get it. We all want Chiesa to succeed. But if Slot's not going to play him, why are we going to keep him? It doesn't make any sense. If Slot is not going to play Chiesa, there's no point in keeping him. There's no point in doing the whole, it's got to be something else. Like, if he's genuinely not going to play him, Do you know when I realized that Chiesa was already been finished, in my opinion, since that Plymouth game? I think Carl's frozen.
No, I'm not.
I thought you'd frozen, bro. Oh my days.
No.
I thought you'd frozen. What I was gonna say is this, yeah. Chiesa's already been done for a little while, but what really put the nail in the coffin yesterday, the man brought on a crocked Cody Gakpo, and Chiesa was just sitting there smiling. I said, yes, done.
But didn't you see me? Didn't you see when I had the mini crash out?
Big knockout game. Big knockout game. Manager says, looked at his bench. Manager went additional, looked at the bench and went, no, Cody, get ready. Cage's just there smiling. Like, pick me, boss. Like, he's smiling, happy. Like, you're gonna pick me smiling. Manager just went, Cody.
But we had 6 substitutions to make against Southampton, and he couldn't get on against Southampton when we're winning the game 3-1. Matt, I got to be real with you. And remember, I've said this a few times. You see, if we got a fit and firing Chiesa, I think he's our starting left winger. I think a fit and firing Chiesa is better than Gakpo and Diaz.
But we're never going to see it.
But, bruv, this is my point. What the hell has happened?
I'll be honest with you. This is just my interpretation.
That is crazy.
I don't think there's been a bust up. I just genuinely feel like he doesn't rate him. He's seen in training, because remember, we only see clips in training, inside training. Yeah. Not only that, he sees them on a day-to-day basis. There's obviously something that's wrong. Is he having their moments in training where like he's struggling and he has to come out of training for a bit and come back in? Because there were rumors, remember before, like earlier in the season, that he's just struggling with intensity, but he just struggles. Like, bro, the man played against Plymouth, yeah, and I can't even lie. Like, this is a guy that was badding up the Euros and World Cup, you know, Carl.
Bruv, you don't have to tell me. But even last season, his stats last season, he got 9 goals and 2 assists last season, and he was playing a sort of a wing back role.
Yeah, he just doesn't rate him though, Carl. You don't rate him.
But like in a more advanced team, more advanced and more attacking team, if he's getting 9 and 2 at Juve, playing like almost like as a wing back, imagine what he could have done this season.
Since the injury, I will say this: because there was even a point where he was playing as like a second striker last year at Juve, yeah. And I've noticed his defensive, like, you see, from a defensive point of view, he is left wanting, you know. Like, he's kind of like, you'll just run past it. His effort is a little bit suspect, but that's since the knee injury. Probably doesn't want to do as much hard running.
Gakpo's a bit like that defensively.
Gakpo's like, but the problem is that overall, Gakpo, Slot just believes Gakpo's just going to give you way more.
Yeah,
Diaz, something that he's seen. Yeah,
I'll be honest. Even defensively, I don't think Diaz is great defensively, but he works very hard.
He runs a lot. Here's the thing, you know, like
I said this yesterday.
Diaz is busy, so like,
he looks like he's constantly working because he kind of
always sprinting. He's trying to like sprint. He's sliding on the floor. It's like sometimes, bro, you ain't even got to do that just to like look at Firmino would do it, but just be smart.
Yeah.
Mane, again, just be smart about you, because that's not only that you're wasting energy, bro. Yeah, you need to be smart.
Take out the game, but I'll be honest, I can't think of too many times where Mane and Firmino were trying to press teams and they ended up sliding to try and intercept passes or anything like that. Mane would slide tackle players, like when he locked up Chilwell that time, for example. He'll slide tackle if it's a one-on-one duel.
Yeah,
but I rarely saw Mane and Firmino go into ground to try and intercept passes, and for me it's like that's footballing IQ again, because you know if you slide and you miss it, you're out of the game, which means someone's got to cover for you, which means they're leaving space for someone else, and it's a knock-on domino effect. And it's like it's those little nuances, and people will be like, oh, but it's only just a small thing, but those are the fine margins between the teams that win Champions Leagues and the teams that don't. Because everyone, when you get to a certain level, is very similar. But what separates you from A, B, or C? It's those little nuances. And I don't think we have that at the moment.
No, I agree. I'm moving at a few more supers. I don't want to leave them too long. Big up Tev. First time I realized we don't have a top 3 attack in the world. Pretty damning, considering that's always been our bag.
Said this.
We gotta go a long way to sorting it out, you know. And if I'm being genuinely honest, 2/3 have to change.
Well, who would you say are the best attacks then at the moment, Matt?
In Europe, right now, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and probably Bayern Munich and PSG are like the top 4 or 5, I'd say.
Is it? I'm trying to think if are we missing any other team?
I mean, because you got City, but City's one's not there yet. Because
City's attack isn't better.
Yeah, it's more Haaland and then thing. But yeah, I'd say Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG, Bayern Munich are like they're the ones that I look at and go, their front threes are cold. Like Barca, Rafinha, Yamal, Lewandowski. We know about Real Madrid with Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo. Bayern Munich have got like, even if you don't want to say they're left, but it's their 10, Musiala, Kane, and then you got obviously my man, he's playing Chelsea. No, not Chelsea. No, you mentioned Elise.
Oh, Elise, sorry.
Yeah, Elise. He stepped on leaps and bounds now. You got Elise, Musiala, Kane. You go and look at flipping PSG, Krava, Dembele, what's his name? Yeah, Doué, like Barcola. Like they have a plethora of attackers that I don't know, man.
The way I judge it, you see when we had Mane. For me, Mane walked into any team in world football. I'm not saying there couldn't be debates, but he walks into any team in world football.
100%.
Salah walked into any team in world football. I would, and again, I'm saying this is Firmino's biggest fan. I wouldn't say Firmino walked into every team, but barring 2 or 3, he walks into every team as well.
That's correct, yeah.
Again, it's going to sound like I'm crashing out on the attack. But apart from Salah, not one of our attackers walks into any team in the world.
I know.
Apart from Salah, not one of our attackers walked into any other team.
I know, because even as much as I think Gakpo's done well, I don't look at Gakpo and think Gakpo can just start for Real Madrid. He can't start for Barca.
No.
The only team he may be able to start for, and I say maybe, is Bayern on the left. Because who's on the left at Bayern?
Musiala plays there, isn't it?
Oh, because I thought Musiala was the 10.
All right, genuine question.
All right, I'm cheating when I say this, by the way. Gakpo, if Musiala's in the 10, maybe you can put Gakpo on the left. Because I don't think they have got a better left winger. Because Coleman's kind of been shipped out anyway, and they don't have another left winger. Do you know what I mean?
I think Coleman does play quite a bit.
Does he? Has he? I think Coleman's leaving, no?
Well, this season he's played 22 in the league, got 4 and 4, which isn't great. 3 and 3 last season. Yeah, do you know what? But Bayern Munich, if you're playing Musiala in the 10.
Yeah, and I know you got Sane now, but Sane prefers playing on the right, and Sane again a little bit out of favor against Sane. Listen, I'm not having a go at Gakpo, by the way. This is more me just saying I think Gakpo is good, but he's not Mane good. And I know when I'm not, and I shouldn't really be comparing, but the whole premise is
that's where we want to
be. Where can we improve? Our attack is good because our attack has shown in the Premier League what it can do. So let's get one thing straight. This isn't me trying to dump on the players, so to speak, pause, and neither is Cal. But what we're saying is for us to maybe win another Champions League, that's somewhere where we can upgrade. But here's the killer. Gakpo is okay, though. You keep Gakpo, and obviously Salah's already there. It's the others, bro. And this is where we have an issue.
We need to sell 4 of our attackers over the next year and a half.
Yeah.
If we can do it in one summer. Yeah, if we can do it in one summer.
But
really and truly, it should only be 3 because the Chiesa should have been brought in last season, and that should have been part of the transition to a new attack.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened. So we need 4 new attackers. We can get away with 3 if we promote one of the youth players or one of the players like Harvey Elliott covers 2 positions, or if we get a Ryan Shirky, he can cover right-hand side or whatever. Yeah. We need at least 3 attackers in the summer, bro. And 3 attackers of a level where you go, yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Big up Don. Our fans gassed out our attacker midfield and PSG showed us levels and we need major additions to the squad. Do you agree with that? Or you disagree with that?
I don't think we gassed up our attack or our midfield in comparison because I think, again, we've played excellent so far this season. But I get... It's going to sound like I'm crashing out, and this isn't even aimed at you, but you see when people say like Max easily top 5 in the world, it's because I'm saying this is why I don't double down and be like, yeah, easy, because people don't get the pleasure of watching a Vitinha on a regular basis, or a João Neves on a regular basis, or but people dump on Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni walks into our team. No disrespect to anyone, but Tchouaméni walks into our team. And it's like, but we as a fan base will dump on some of these players. And I'm like, there are some fantastic players out there. I'm not, by the way,
I know you use Mac.
No, but I'm not saying Mac still ain't fantastic.
He's
Mac,
still but I know what you're saying. I understand the premise.
People put Mac on his pedestal that like he walks into every team. He doesn't. He's so sick, but he doesn't walk into every team. Yes,
I'll be honest.
I think in a year or two, I think he can, but not right now. Not right now.
In my opinion, McAllister's easily one of the best midfielders in the Prem.
Oh, in the Prem, hands down.
And I'm still gonna put him. I'm still gonna put him top.
He's top 10 easily.
Top 10 Europe, easy.
Yeah, top 10 easily.
Top 5. I'm not gonna go. That's maybe I should do members video on that. Like, but see, someone saying Vitinha miles clear. See, this is where
no.
See, this is what. All right, so PSG midfield was just amazing. It was amazing over the 2 legs. Yeah, we're moving like we ain't seen McAllister being sick this season alongside Gravenberch. They just happen to be not at the levels that they were towards the beginning. PSG play in a. I don't want to disrespect the French league, by the way, but the intensity is not the same. The running that these men have had to do is different because our playing style is different.
Yeah, someone just put
look at McAllister for Argentina. McAllister is clearly the best midfielder for Argentina, you know. Like let's not do the whole Vitinha's is better.
This is a
I've seen Vitinha play for Portugal. Vitinha don't always play that for Portugal.
Yeah.
he really doesn't. What I'm saying, yes, Vitinha is a very, very good technician. But again, even João Neves though, they are very good controllers. But I've also seen games where they've been bossed though.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So like, that's not me trying to diminish them. They are cold players, by the way, and they are top 10 European midfielders. But for someone to say that Vitinha is clear of McAllister, I can't agree with that. I really can't.
But this is a good point. Well, shout out to FSG till I die. No PSG players hit 2,000 minutes in the league this season. We have 6. Again, that does play a role. But
100%.
Shall I tell you why I can't use that as an excuse, bro? Because we didn't have to have 6 players who have hit 2,000 minutes this season.
No, I agree.
That falls on the slot. With all due respect, that falls on the slot.
This is what I was saying yesterday.
Like Salah doesn't have to play 90 minutes of every game.
Yeah.
McAllister and Gravenberch haven't needed to play 90 minutes of every game. So Alice, I'm guessing the other players who have played 2,000 minutes is maybe Trent, Robbo.
Virgil has, Salah has.
Yeah. I can give passes for Virgil and Konate because Kwanzaa was out of form. Gomez has been injured. And without those two, we don't have any other centre backs. But like PSG, do you see how much players PSG rested at the weekend, by the way?
Yeah, but look, you know, so crazy, Cal. In the preview, I said we should start Kwanzaa, you know.
Well, against Southampton or PSG.
Yeah. And you know what's mad? Big up the chat. Some of them will have a go at me. I said I will start in midfield, and people are like, there's not enough legs in the midfield. I said I'd start originally Endo, Jones,
and Elliot. We did the preview together.
Yeah, and then I think I added Soboslai. No, you wasn't there. I don't think, Cal. Was you there for Southampton? No, you wasn't there.
Wasn't I?
No, you wasn't there. Remember, you were supposed to be there, but unfortunately, you couldn't make it. Remember?
Okay, not for the game, for the actual preview.
For the preview.
Yeah. Was I not in the preview? Because I remember you saying that in the preview.
No. Remember, you messaged me and was like, blah blah blah. You can't make it. Remember?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. I must have watched it then. Yeah.
So I took a bit of heat when I said I would start a midfield of like Endo, Jones, and Soboslai. But originally it was Endo, Jones and Elliot. All I was trying to do is rest, and then the people were like, "Matt, that's a bit too risky. Let's win that game before we think about yesterday, which is fine. That's a valid point. But then, even then, I was still a bit like, I get it, but we can definitely still rest like a Grav. We can definitely still rest McAllister, surely.
Yeah.
So, and it's not me having to go back at the chat.
Sobo must be the other one who's played 2,000 minutes.
But Sobersla's probably played 5,000 minutes.
Yeah.
With his running.
Shall I tell you what? I keep on saying it, and I'm not making excuses for his lack of creativity and all those things before anyone goes crazy. I need to see Sobo playing a team where he's not expected or doesn't have to constantly run past our 2 pivot players to win the ball back.
Yeah, he done it too much yesterday.
He's done it too much all this season, bro.
Yeah, but that's where your analysis of we need a more combative midfielder, whoever the person is. I'm not saying they just have to be just a destroyer, but they've got to be combative to a point and have athleticism. So, all right, let's give you an example. If Liverpool brought in a Carlos Baleba, he adds a lot of athleticism. He might not be just like just a destroyer, but he can destroy.
Yeah.
We need, like, you see, like, I hate to even bring it.
Shout out to Russell. Edison.
Yeah. Someone that can destroy, but can also get on the ball. Remember, Fabinho, he destroyed, but very, very good on the ball. Fabinho was kind of like an anomaly. Yeah. I can never say that word. Anomaly. Yeah, anomaly. We need to find a player like that in the market. Because I'll be honest, the only way we're going to see the best Soberslot is if we find someone like that in the market, Cal. And that, even though he's still allowed to do his running, because I do think it's a trait of his game, but you don't have to run back as far. You know, I should be seeing you running back past McAllister and Gravenberch to go and risk it, to go and win the ball back and then try and run back forward again. And then when you get the ball, you look tired and then you miscontrol it. We don't need that, bro. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I forgot we've got best quite a lot of supers. Big up Gaz. We need to big up Gaz as well. What's going on, my bros?
Big up,
93 months and member. Big up, Gaz. We need to wrap up the league before the Arsenal game. I needed that screenshot of guard of honor for the group chat. Vitinha baller. Fact. Vitinha's a baller. Now taking Liverpool 100%. You know, it's crazy as well, Carl. PSG didn't even play with DM as well. That's what makes it worse. Them men were just cooking up.
Yeah.
Synchronizing football. Like, it's crazy. Big up, Frankie. Imagine seeing your manager put a mannequin on the field. I refuse to believe that was Gakpo instead of you. Chiesa must think he's a ghost right now. Facts. I agree. Big up, Don. Do you, man, think Grav just had a purple patch of good form this season? Is he a top midfielder for a top club? I don't think he's a purple patch. I think we've seen the real Gravenberch, but the problem is, like when Slot name dropped Zubimendi 2-3 months into the season when he said, if I had a Zubimendi, this was in the embargo section, he goes, if I had a Zubimendi, I definitely would have been able to rotate more. That's because deep down he still doesn't trust Endo. Grav just been running to the ground. That's the honest truth.
I think we'll be able to answer that question better next season. As of right now, though, I want to say that
it's not purple patch, bro. I think that's
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I do think we'll know next season whether it was or not.
Yeah.
But I keep on saying, I think Grav and Mac need to play next to someone who is a destroyer or combative. Because as good as Grav is, he's not combative like that. He reads spaces very well and he intercepts very well. But I'd actually say McAllister's more combative than
I've just seen the wildest thing in the chat. I'm not even going to bait the person out.
Well, Grav's a bum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not taking that serious. That's for me. That's emotions. That's emotions.
Yeah, that's. Come on, man. Let's not crash out emotionally like that. Faceless London. All we was doing last night is walk the ball in the net and try to find Mo all the time. Shoot for F's sake.
Yeah, agree with that.
Big up Ty. If Endo is useful, why get rid? Makes no sense.
Because we can improve.
We can improve.
So here's the thing. For me, if I was doing something to the midfield this summer, and I know I'm going to get called out for this, but again, it's cool. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. And I'm not even saying mine's right. I would move Endo on. I would bring in someone like a Tchouaméni, a Camavinga, an Edison, or someone of that ilk. So then you've got Grav, Mac, the new midfielder, and Jones as the 4 main ones. And then I'd have Bichetti as my 5th choice midfielder. If Bichette goes back out on loan, then I would keep Endo as my 5th choice midfielder. Because just like I think we need 5 centre-backs, I think we need 5 centre midfielders as well. But then if we go and get another 10 and we're going to move Szoboszlai back into the pivot position, then Endo could be moved on. So Endo for me stays if you don't do other things within the squad.
Yeah. No, I agree. So I'm just seeing I'm seeing some people crashing out over a Gravenberch, you know.
Big up to our brother Guna Lee in the chat as well.
Is Matt okay?
I knew I'd see you. Big up to Back of the Net podcast as well.
This shameless guy, bro. Big up Guna Lee, man. Surprised he hasn't tried to
so here's the thing. I don't think Grav's a bum. I do agree with that though. He hasn't been good since the Everton game.
That's fair to say, though. That's fair to say.
But he's not a bum.
But to say
he's not a bum,
bro. We're literally at the back end of the season. Now all of a sudden he's a bum. But before, look at Gravenberch giving him all the praise and rightly so. Now suddenly overnight he's now a bum or something. Come on, why man are getting emotional, bro? That's just an emotional response, in my opinion. That's way too emotional. I think for me, I think it's fair to say his form has definitely
dropped. Massive.
But to say he's a what are we doing here, man? What are we doing? Nah, Salem, I don't Mrs. Matt on trolling. Nah, don't do that, bro. Because that will crash out.
I said that was rage bait.
Yeah, don't do that. You can't do that after yesterday's result, bro. You know what I'm saying? Big up Salem. You did get me there still. But yeah, you answered that. Big up Josh. Konate and Trent are good for Sunday.
Trent can't be.
You can't. Up the red, sorry. Yeah, up the Trent I don't think makes it. Ibou, I think makes it.
Yeah. Ibou, I think does. But even that, is that a bit of a risk playing Ibou? I suppose we got no choice now, though.
We ain't got no choice, bro, because we're forced. This is what happens when you don't. Anyway, let me know. It's not even lunchtime yet. DNDJ says 6 subs for Southampton, still no Chiesa. Bro, Chiesa is cooked, bro.
Yeah, he's done.
Man was just there smiling yesterday.
When I said to you in Drifty, I don't think we'll see him again. You lot thought I was messing about.
No, I was agreeing with you. Drift said, nah, we're definitely gonna see him, bro. And Drift also was like, nah, he's gonna get a medal. And if he doesn't, it's disrespectful from Slot. But bro, if the manager don't rate you, then what can you do, eh? We got Sean. After the celebrations, end of season, we'll have to hope that Edwards has it all sorted. Possibly no Trent, no Salah, no VVD, 2 new left backs, no Darwin, no Jota, no Diaz, no Chiesa. Big summer ahead.
We may have to do another members video on this, you know.
I think we do.
we might actually have to really unpack this.
I'm gonna take a picture of that one now, so I remind myself about that super chat from Sean PK.
We may really have to unpack.
Yeah, what's summer? Yeah, facts. Big up Sean. Oh my days, yeah. Big up Gaz again. He says we need Friendrip at Genua. We are too nice to me. I don't even know who that is, bro.
Friendrip,
yeah.
Yeah, instead of midfielder.
Oh, okay. I don't know about him, so I can't really.
I don't know too much about him. I've watched a couple of highlights of maybe one game, but
was he like a combative DM? Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. Big up, guys, each and every time. Ty, Fletcher, and O'Shea could have been upgraded on, but they were useful cogs that were instrumental in winning titles. I don't get the need to replace Endo.
Do you know, that's a very fair super chat. That is fair. But then you look at Man United's squad outside of those two. And again, I think Fletcher is on another level to what Endo is.
This is what I think Fletcher, this is what I'm trying to say.
John O'Shea, I'd probably equate to someone like, in our squad, John O'Shea would maybe be Joe Gomez. He'd be our Joe Gomez because he could play right back, left back, and centre back.
Yeah, but Fletcher was better than Endo, though. Like, if we're looking at what Fletcher done for Man United, yeah, we can't really do like that. I'm not having a gut tie, but this is what I mean. Like, Man just want to hang on to Endo, acting like it. Endo has been useful, but Endo's been useful because we've had nobody else, if that makes sense. So, like,
and those two players were homegrown as well. So you hold on to your homegrown players when they're over certain.
Like, what we're saying is, though, if you're offered a midfielder that's better, this whole we have to try and hold on to him because he's useful. We've got to be realistic though at the same time though, because it's like if we bring in that new midfielder, he's probably going to take Endo's minutes. So why would you hang on to Endo when maybe you could go and improve the squad somewhere else? That's my argument. We can't just hold on to players just for emotional value or because, do you know what I mean? If man are going to sit there and say Endo because he's useful is not upgradable, then I don't even know what else to say, really, personally. But I understand what he's saying, but I disagree with you, my bro, Ty. I disagree. Respectfully, my bro. Yeah, I disagree, bro. Big up, Tom. I ask this every day. What has Chiesa done? This is not a scrub. This is someone who was one of the best a few years ago. He's not that bad. Bro. You know, sometimes,
we want to know the answer as well, brother.
I just think maybe he's just not happy with his surroundings and it's all a facade that he's all happy because he's smiling. For we know, man's fighting demons, bro. I don't know, bro. Because Saturn ain't right. We got Jamrock, Cal, Southampton pre-game slot remarks. When the journalist said on Nottingham Forest, you players than Liverpool in the Premier League, watch it from there. Okay, Jamrock, was that on because that game wasn't on UK TV, so Jamrock, that game would have been on, is it Peacock in America, Jamrock? If you could just let us know, bro. Or even if you can find the clip, bro, potentially. Big up Liam. He says Jarrell is back at his best, in my opinion. Yeah, Jarrell does look like the confidence definitely back, which is great to see. Perfect timing as well. Big up Shane. If we have a fit gap power, decent attacking left back and somewhat decent strike on the pitch, we win that match. Yeah, I agree with you there. I agree with you, bro. Big up Reform 3D. I have slot. Oh, you have the quote. If you could send it to us, please, broski. If you could, bro.
If Slot said that, then
it's a problem, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Big up Don as well. VVD talking to PSG president. I know a lot was made about it last night, but I would like to think that they're not really going to speak about specifics in the corridors of Anfield. But I don't know. Like, it's just going to casually be like, yeah, Verge, great game. So what are you saying about PSG? You know what I mean? Big up Ty. It's not about being upgradable. He's useful. We can't say that our midfield is overplayed. Then at the same time, someone is taking Endo's minutes. No, that's a different argument.
Yeah, that's if we don't get any. If we don't get anyone,
if we don't get anybody, that's fair. Yeah. But I'm saying if we go into the summer, Ty, and the manager wants to get someone who he feels he can trust more than Endo, because Endo's only been used sparingly, it makes sense to do that. So your argument, I understand it now. As of right now, like, because there's no transfer market right now. We have to wait till the summer. So I get what you mean, Ty.
Yeah.
Someone that says VVD is gone. He knows that PSG project is cooking.
I'm gonna be real with you. I've been pretty kind of like consistent.
All three are going. I haven't changed my mind on it, by the way.
I don't see I don't see Virgil and Salah staying. And I'll be real with you. PSG are one of the teams in the world that will pay Virgil what he wants and give him the contract that he wants.
What, Virgil next to Marquinhos? What, Pacho would have to hold bench, bro? Do you think they would care about Pacho?
They could even go Virgil next to Pacho as well.
Bro,
play Virgil right centre back, because him and Marquinhos could rotate just like Pacho and Ronaldo rotate.
And he'll prolong his career as well, playing in a slightly lesser league. But Virgil will just know that winning the Champions League with them young bucks.
And I'll be real with you, PSG are a couple players away from actually being a genuine threat every single season in the Champions League.
Yeah. Just quickly, I don't know whether the chat are trying to gaslight the team. What did you think of Pacho?
He was actually very good.
It's crazy, isn't it?
He was very good.
I didn't want to say it, but
he was very good.
Over the two legs, isn't it?
He was very good. He was very good.
I got slewed. I'm not asking for an apology, but I'm just saying I got slewed.
Yeah.
I got slewed for that. And he absolutely just bossed up.
Nuno Mendes was brilliant. You're right. He has
Yeah.
signed his new contract on the 7th of Feb. You're right, Matt.
I knew it, bro.
Mendes Hakimi.
Big up Yards. Hey, Yards. See you, Yards. I remember. Hey, listen. Anyway, it's cool.
But the fact that they've got the fact that their wide players are Crava, Barcola, Dembele, like if they were like, because there's rumors if they went and got a Isak, and they've already got Goncalo Ramos as well. You'd have those two as the strikers, then you'd have Dembele, Barcola, Crava, and Doué as your wingers. But that right there is one of the best attacks in the world.
We can't let them get Isak. If they get Isak, they generally will, like, if they don't win it this year, they'll definitely win it next year.
I'm gonna be real.
Providing fitness and injuries.
I'd rather Isak go PSG than any other team in England.
Oh, 100%. But we need Isak, bro. Desperately. You see, what one thing taught me? Not one thing taught me. One thing reminded me time and time again. I've got to remember myself not to be emotionally attached. I think Jota's been amazing. But, brother, I think it's time. I don't like to say it, Cal, but I think it's time.
No, it is. It 100% is. I've been saying this for a while now.
It's time. When a man's saying he hadn't scored at Anfield for like 3 years, but in the Champions League, I said, yo.
Yeah, it's time. Injuries have done him in, but it's time.
Yeah. He's not the same player, bro.
He's not.
He's not the same player.
And he's not, and he can't be kept as backup either because he's not reliable enough.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Big up Jamrock. He says,
hold on, I'm going to be shameless here.
You go.
If I told you right now, you could have Darwin Núñez, Jota, or Jonathan David, who you having?
Oh my days, bro! What is with Jonathan David?
I'm just asking for a friend.
Oh my days! You know what? I don't need to answer that. I'm hosting the show today. I'm gonna do what I'm doing. I'm not gonna answer that.
Yeah, you're press resistant still. You're actually very press resistant.
I'm not. Cal, today you are my co-host, so therefore.
Yeah, the press resistance is fantastic. I can't lie.
So you said Jonathan David, Jota, or Núñez?
I'm just trying to see something.
If I'm being realistic and honest, it's close between Jonathan David and Jota, only because Jota, is this just the end? Is this the beginning of the end for Jota now? Or is it just a bad run? Is it just bad form? I can't tell. If this is Jota's real form now, like, and it's done, then
Jonathan David has not scored less than 13 goals in a league season since 2020. He's got 8 Champions League goals in 13 matches and 4 assists. I do not know why this fan base sleep on a player like Jonathan David, who's available on a free. It is insane to me. But again, we won't go back into it. Jonathan David or Raul Jimenez as a replacement for Jota or Núñez, please. Just make it happen in the summer. Make it happen in the summer.
Do you know what it is? This is where we have to be careful, though. Statistically, his numbers are good. But what worries me is that even what happened? I'm telling you, bro. Listen.
Precious owners is hilarious.
I know. Bro. Listen, yeah. Just because Jonathan David right now might look better than the other two, it doesn't make it good enough potentially. So, like, what I'm saying is, yeah, obviously, if this is Jota now, and this is how Jota's going to be, Jonathan David obviously would look better than him, and obviously better than Núñez, but that doesn't make it right enough, though. Is that good enough, shall I say? Because it's like saying just because he's better than what we have, is that still good enough? Because the standards are not very high. And when I say not very high, this is me again. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Nunes standards as a fan base, it's not high. Like, we've seen what it is with Nunes. Do you know what I mean? For some people, they saw it before. Some people are now seeing it. So that can't be the standard bearer like Nunes. And then obviously now we're using a cropped Jota as the standard to compare to Jonathan David.
As a backup striker,
do you get what I mean?
You get on a free. There's not many players out there better than Jonathan David as a backup striker. You can get on a free who's or about to go into the prime, quote unquote, of his career as well. On a freebie.
I'm trying to think out what I can compare this to. Let's say you wanted to get dinner, but like for whatever reason you didn't have the money to get what you wanted to get, so you're a bit compromised on what you wanted to get. So maybe you could either get, I'm trying to think, like whatever, a ready-made meal, or would you accept like a super noodles because it was free? So someone offered you 3 packs of super noodles, they're free. You ain't got to pay for it. Or you can go and pick a ready-made meal. It's not going to be the greatest, but it's a ready-made meal. What would you go for?
I don't know, man. Either way, it don't sound great.
Doesn't sound great, does it? It's the same thing as a cropped Jota and Jonathan David.
Yeah. All right, can I ask you a question then? Who are you taking, Jonathan David or Cunha, as a backup striker? Forget about the player who's a better, because Cunha's a better footballer. Yeah, I'm talking about purely as a backup striker. That, let's say we did the madness and we got Isak, but Isak needs a rest or Isak's not available, and we got. I'm gonna say we got Brentford at home. Who would you rather your starting number 9 be, Cunha or Jonathan David?
Cunha. I'll probably go Cunha because I know what Cunha can do. I know Cunha's got that temperament. Don't get twisted. We've seen it now a few times, but I know I'm going to get with Cunha. Jonathan David, I don't even know whether he's going to adjust to the league. He does play the game a little bit. It sounds weird, like he's slow in the French league. Like he's not slow like, oh my days, he can't move. But with Cunha's got X factor. I don't think Jonathan David has any X factor. I just think he's a pretty good finisher, and he's got good, pretty decent link up play as well. Like that's me being so honest.
Fair enough. But if I said to you, 18-19 season, Cunha got 2 goals. 19-20 for RB, he played 10 games, got no goals. Hertha Berlin in 19-20, he got 5 goals. Then the following season, he got 7 goals. Then the season after that, he only played 1 game and got 1 assist. 21-22 at Atletico Madrid, he got 6 goals. 22-23 at Atletico Madrid, he got 2 assists, no goals. At Wolves, in 23-24, he got 12 goals. This season, he's got 13.
Yeah.
Does that scream? That doesn't scream clinical to me. That doesn't scream goal scorer to me.
But the problem is that you're comparing. I know Jonathan David's stats are better, but that is at least the with Jonathan David, that's the French league. It's not always comparable.
But the German league is one of the easiest leagues to score in because every team there plays a high line pretty much.
But I would arguably say, hold on, there's an article from Paul Joyce regarding Virgil van Dijk. I'm not even capping. Virgil van Dijk, only a liar could say whether I'll stay at Liverpool.
Go. For all the people saying that they'll sign on April the 1st or after April the 1st because of the tax, what are we saying now?
Hold on, let me see if I can get some let me get some more stuff in this article.
Yeah, I was meant to be just a water today, bro. I'm gonna have to drink something stronger, man.
Oh my god, man.
Man spoke to PSG owner once, you know.
Fucked him once and said, yo. All right, I've got the full article here, chat. I've got the full article. I'm going to read it.
I'm on site stronger today. I can't just drink.
All right. So, up chat, pay attention as best as you can and buckle your seatbelts. In fact, I'm going to do the whole thing, chat. I'm going to read the whole freaking article or the majority of it. I don't mind reading. It's cool. It's calm. Be prepared for this, chat. Are you ready? Everyone, go and get a coffee. You might want to put a bit of rum in your coffee this morning. Go get your biscuits or whatever. Go get your water, your orange juice. Go get the flipping, the bagel. Buckle up. I'm about to read the blood clot something. Virgil van Dijk has admitted he remains in the dark as to whether he will still be a Liverpool player next season, with no breakthrough talks to extend his contract. The Liverpool captain's deal expires in the summer, and despite negotiations with the club having been in progress for several months, the 33-year-old said his future remained mired in uncertainty. Van Dijk added that anyone purporting to know how the talks would resolve themselves was a liar, and maintained his only focus was ensuring Liverpool lift 2 trophies from their final 10 games of the campaign. The situation means on Tuesday night, penalty shootout, Paris Saint-Germain, blah, 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 blah. All right, it gets a good bit. Discussions are continuing, and asked whether he would sign a new deal, Van Dijk says, I have no idea. I still have no idea at the moment. Genuinely, I have no idea at the moment. It is not on hold. Nothing is on hold. There's just, I keep saying the same thing. Listen, there's 10 games to go, and that is all my focus. If there is news, you guys will know. I don't even know myself. Everyone knows there are some conversations behind the scenes, but that is about it. At the moment, I don't know what will happen next year. If anyone says they do know, they are lying to your face.
Put a couple of apple juice in the fridge for me, please.
Virgil van Dijk was spotted speaking to PSG chairman Nasser Al-Khalifi and sporting director Luis Campos, whom he clashed during the first leg at the Paris de Prince, or something I pronounce it, in the Anfield Tunnel after the game, as disappointed of bowing out of the round 16 began to sink in. Mohamed Salah, Trent, Alexander-Arnold are in the same position as Van Dijk, with their deals expiring at the end of the season, while the 26-year-old Alexander-Arnold, who will undergo scans on an ankle injury sustained against PSG, has an offer from Real Madrid. Salah, 32, has repeatedly stated that his future is up in the air. Van Dijk will now channel his efforts into lifting Liverpool for the Carabao Cup final against Newcastle at Wembley and ensuring he wins the second Premier League title on his slot side, 15 points clear of second place Arsenal. There are 10 games, not many. There are 2 big prizes we can still get. Virgil van Dijk, blah, blah, blah. We are going to give it everything. We have to feel the disappointment of PSG, but from now it's about recovery. If we bring this intensity in Wembley with our fans, then I am positive. I'm always positive, but I'm really looking forward to being back out there. We don't need any motivations. We have 10 games. The Carabao Cup final on Sunday. If you need any motivation, you are in the wrong business. And last but not least, on the part of the article, Alexander-Arnold will miss the Newcastle game, and with Conor Bradley also that Gerald Konza is poised to deputise at right back. Hope you guys enjoyed the reading there in terms of how I read it, not what I said, but how I read it. I hope I was clear and concise.
Put the fries in the bag, man.
Yeah, I'll be honest, bro.
Is that I'm going to ask a question.
Virgil sounds pissed off that nothing's happening. It sounds like he's sick and tired of being asked the same question.
Is Trent still a Judas then? Because if Virgil Salah ain't signed, is Trent still a Judas?
Bro?
Or does he have to sign because he's Scouse still?
I'll be honest, man. If we lose Virgil, I don't think I'll cope. But he sounds frustrated. He does sound frustrated.
Is Salah a Judas as well? Because he ain't signed as well.
Yeah.
What's the common denominator? That 3 of our best footballers ain't signed new contracts. Because I was told, they're just keeping it on ice until the new year. They're gonna reveal it.
Man are saying it's April. But they're waiting for the new tax year, brother.
Remember, we were told, Liverpool gonna reveal it around Christmas or New Year. Christmas and New Year gone. No, they'll do it in March after the accounts come out. Okay, accounts will come out, been and gone. No, they'll do it in April after when the tax year starts. Okay, so why's Virgil come out saying this then?
You see what I'm saying, bro?
Because Matt, if I'd signed a new contract or I was on the verge of signing a new contract and someone asked me about it, I'm not going to crash out about the terms and the fact that I'm not signing something. I'll just go, we'll see what the future holds.
And I'm not trying to do too much, but when Van Dijk spoke about his future a couple of weeks ago, I can't remember where the quote came from, but he said, regarding my future, I would just say, stay calm or something like that. That's a different, I don't know whether he's frustrated. I feel like something's happened between that last time he spoke about it and now. He seemed way different compared to when he spoke about it. Like saying things like you're a liar if you're basically saying you know my future. That's a different type of body language, that's a different not body language, that's a different type of what's the word I'm looking for? Phrase.
Not body language, emotion, maybe.
Yeah, like if you go and look at what, like, that's gone from, guys, stay calm with my future. I'm calm. You guys should be calm. Tone, that's it. Tone. It's a different tone. Completely different tone, bro. It's changed.
Demeanor.
Demeanor as well, yeah.
I'm gonna
Man
ask
saying
this
things,
question,
calling
'cause I
people
asked this before.
You're a liar, fam.
I'm gonna ask this question again. If you're Trent, and you're Ibou, and you see Salah and Virgil walk out the door, and for Ibou you see Trent walk out the door. If you're Ibou, why are you signing a new contract?
Yeah, I know, fam.
And don't tell me it's because he loves the club, because everyone at the club loves the club. So don't tell me that. From a footballing standpoint, why are they saying?
I'm just looking at the article, yeah. And did I miss something? Hold on. Where is it? It must be another bit that I haven't got. But Trent has an offer from Real Madrid, but we already knew that anyway. That offer's been on the table. It's been there for time. But the offer's been... Poor Joyce, yeah, he basically said, like, Arnold has an offer from Real Madrid. I was gonna bring out some quotes again from the article that I'm looking at now, yeah? It's not on hold. Nothing's on hold. There's just, I keep saying the same thing. If there's news, you guys will know it. I don't even know myself. Everyone knows there's some conversation behind the scenes, but that's about it. He's pissed off, bro. He feels like something should have been done by now. He's coming towards the end of his contract ends in June, and these man, broski, yeah, so it's unraveling, innit, at the wrong time, bro. It's unraveling, innit?
It's been unraveled, bro.
No, but it's fully unraveling now, though. Like, fully now, bro.
Let's just put the fries in the bag, man.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I feel like it's fully unraveling. Remember when I said the dark cloud will just never leave us? Yeah, the dark cloud is now just settling now. Before it wasn't settled. It was just hovering, moving. Now I don't even know. I'm just kind of just fed up though, man. Big up Jamrock. He says, big up Jamrock. He says, Carl, I remember I told you about Desiree Doué last season.
You did.
I even remember that as well, Jamrock. Big up yourself. Big up Ash. David Lynch thinks plan is all-round midfielder who covers Endo and Elliott sold. One striker who covers Darwin and Jota sold. Slot doesn't want a big squad, wants 18 senior players and plus academy. Big up Reform 3D. He's got the quotes. He said, so that I'm trying to think which one is first. No, this one's first. I see the advantages of playing mostly with the same team because they get used to each other, so that helps. Yeah, that's nothing wrong with saying that bit. But I'm also aware of the fact that you cannot play a season with 11 players. Okay, nothing wrong there, in my opinion, because you need continuity. So that's why you sometimes saw players rotating. And I don't do this with 20 or 25, but mostly the other ones don't always get the playing time they deserve. That could be a problem, you know. That's a problem. Man said 14 or 15. Didn't even say 17, 18. I'm gonna let that one simmer for a bit and we'll go back to that. Big up Herbs, man. What's going on, Herbs, man? Big up Broski. Morning, guys. It was a crushing day yesterday, but when the question was asked, which would you rather, champion or Premier League? Almost everyone said Premier League, so we move on to 2 more trophies to play for. I know I fully understand that, but we're just, I know what you mean, bro. But losing in that man on penalties was just, yeah, no one wants to go through that. But I know what you mean. Dynamic edition, big itself says Jota is the embodiment of what could have been. Sadly, I agree with that.
You know, I'm just gonna celebrate from now until the season's finished. You see beyond this season, and you know what? I can go to the parade now without any issues because I ain't gonna fall on my wedding anniversary. So you know, maybe that's a blessing in disguise. Big up PSG. But I tell you what. Yeah, from now until the end of the season, I'm gonna celebrate because I don't know when I'm gonna celebrate like this again.
Who wants me to read it again? Who was it? Bigger AJ. What's going on, AJ? Yeah, I'll read it again. So he says, I see the advantages of playing mostly with the same team because they get used to each other, so that helps. There's nothing wrong with that because you kind of have your first 11. That's not the bit I'm worried about. But I'm also aware of the fact you cannot play a season with 11 players. That's fine. That's what he said there. That's so normal. It's this next bit. So that's why when you saw players rotating, I don't do this with 20 or 25, but mostly with 14 and 15 players. The other ones don't always get the playing time they deserve. Endo, Chiesa, Nunez, Elliott.
He's basically saying, unless a man gets injured or I'm playing Carabao or FA Cup, don't knock on my door.
Yeah, I ain't got time for it. Man, even we
know he's starting 11, right?
Yeah.
So who's the other 4 outside of that?
So that'll be all right. So let's say Gakpo is the starting 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no.
Actually, so this is where it gets techie because who's the starting left winger and who's the striker? Because if you're going off the premise,
Gakpo starting left winger, and
we'll say, what I mean. Is it Diaz in the false 9?
We'll say Diaz in the false 9. So then it becomes Jota, Nunez. In fact,
Curtis Jones.
Nunez has kind of been forced to play because Jota ain't been available.
Yeah.
Remember, Nunez weren't playing football before Jota got injured, by the way. You know that, right?
Oh, 100%. So
Curtis Jones is one.
Yeah. So you got Jones, Bradley, Jota, Nunez, and no. Wait, no. Let's go from defense. Wait.
Bradley's the only one.
Players that are always players that are always in the rotation. So right now we're naming players that's always in the rotation.
Yeah.
We'll start from defense. Bradley's always in rotation. Yeah. And then we go Tsimikas. So that's 2.
That's it.
From the midfield, Curtis Jones is definitely in the rotation.
Yeah.
Would you say Endo's forced himself or no? He's not really in the rotation. You know why? It's not rotation because he's just bringing him on. That's not really right. That's not. Yeah. I'm talking Jones starts games. Bradley will start a game. Tsimikas will start a game. Yeah? All right, cool. So we've only got one midfielder, and then you've got the attackers. That's it, innit? It's Jota and Nunez. That's it.
And Nunez been for not Gomez. When was Gomez starting game? And remember, rotation.
You're right. Yeah.
People need to understand.
Yeah,
rotation
you're right.
isn't. I'm playing because someone's injured. Rotation is I'm going to use this player for this game instead.
Agreed.
Gomez weren't in the rotation.
Yeah.
Remember, we sat there before and we're going, why isn't Gomez getting this game or why isn't Gomez getting that game? Rotation means even if said player's fit, I'm still going to play.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
So it kind of he's doing it without we didn't even realize he was doing it. It's one of them.
I'm just going to celebrate the rest of this season, bro, and go from there. Hopefully, we get the job done on Sunday, and then it's just celebration after that. Yeah. Watch alongs ain't going to have stress related to them. I'm just going to have fun, bro. I'm going to go now. I'm going to drink some juice.
We just explained what it meant, bro. Yeah, apologies if you, hopefully you saw that. We just gave a breakdown. Basically, Slot is saying when it comes to rotation, he's very, very, I don't even know what the word is. But basically, the number of players that he's willing to utilize is not a lot. Some will say 17 to 18, a little bit more, but 14 to 15 is quite small, if we're being honest.
Yeah. Ahija, Kelleher's not in the rotation. We saw that. As soon as Alisson came back, he was back in the team.
Yeah.
Kelleher ain't in the rotation.
Oh, it's all unraveling today, bro. I can't even lie, fam. Imagine we're live and it just happens to be that Paul Joyce wants to dish out one of his articles regarding Virgil. I should have known when I said about Virgil speaking to PSG that I shouldn't have laughed about it. Imagine, bro, the next morning, Virgil's pissed off. Do you know why he's pissed off? Them man said, we'll give you 500 grand a week. And he said to Liverpool straight away, man went straight to Arnie Slot and said, tell Richard I'm getting offered 500k. Richard said, brother, 500k, yeah? Nah, you ain't worth 500k. We'll just go and get my brethren from Bournemouth. I can get him on 30 grand a week. Man. Chat, we've been here for way longer than I thought it would be, but it was needed because we needed to discuss. I don't even know where we go from here, but we got a game to play on Sunday. Again, the dark cloud is starting to settle. All we can do is try and ignore it. You know when you know it's going to rain outside? Just bring your umbrella. You can't ignore it. You have to go shop. Just bring your umbrella. Just learn to deal with it. You might not like the rain. Just bring an umbrella. That's what you got to do.
Couple people saying he heavily rotated at Feyenoord.
I mean, what happens at Feyenoord is at Feyenoord, isn't it? My man's quoting for the Prem. Big up Ride, Shotgun, big up yourself, Slot, UEFA Champions League inexperience showed. Enjoy the Premier League for now.
I agree with that.
You will enjoy the Premier League, trust me. Because it's a bit peak. And hopefully we can win on Sunday as well. If we can win 2 trophies, still a successful season. And even if we don't win it, obviously everyone was disappointed, but the Premier League was the holy grail. That's what we wanted. And it is his first season, so we have to also remember that. So there's going to be a lot of bumps along the way in it. So this was to be expected, so to speak. But listen, people, blessings as always. We will be back either tomorrow or Friday for the preview for the Newcastle game. So stay tuned for that. Also, Cal, have you got anything coming up on your channel later on today?
Yeah, me, Jay, and Luke hopefully will do combat catch up when all the games are finished tonight. I'll double check with Luke and Jay to make sure they're all right. But yeah, I'll probably do that.
Cool. And people, I'll be doing Champions League, Real Madrid versus Atletico over on Big Up as well. So if you want to watch some Champions League football and see hopefully who's going to knock out Arsenal, then we can go and watch that team and hopefully they can smash them to bits. No disrespect, but yeah. I just can't have Arsenal win the Champions League. I'll be so real. I need Atletico Real to do something. So yeah, follow me on Big Up Chat. I'll be there around what time is the game? 8. So 10 to 8, I'll be on my channel on Big Up. Also as well, make sure you check out Juice channel as well. He'll be doing some Champions League games as well tonight as well. So go to Juice channel as well. So support us both if you can. People really appreciate that. And yeah, I know everyone's disappointed from yesterday, rightly so. But we practically have won the Premier League. And not only that, we still have a game on Sunday. We've got to be positive about that game. Everything else can wait until the summer. Like I said, it's going to rain outside, bring an umbrella. Do you know what I'm saying? So do that, people. Make sure you do that. But people, listen, like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe to the Sanderson Show, the Map 1 Show, Drifty TV. Make sure you follow us over on Big Up as well. And yes, people, blessings as well, and enjoy the rest of your day. It's Team Kop-Ish. It's Man Like Matt. Callum, we out, people. Take care. God bless. Love.